I want to break down the business model and give people some information and insight on, how to actually, what you're doing. So who started with the idea to have a podcast studio, to have, all of the things that you have as far as the media company, and what was the first steps to get it done?
So I would say it started with me. Pandemic, I was working in production. Work started to slow down a little bit because we had to be inside and shit. So I needed to come up with something where it was like pandemic proof. And when I've been in podcasting production for about 8-9 years now. And so like, I just know this like the back of my hand, but I needed to build something where I don't need to be there all the time because I still have my other jobs that I need to be present for. And so coming up with the studio, it was like one of those shower ideas. It just hit me in the shower. And then I thought on it for a couple of days, and then I brought it to Weezy immediately because I was like, yo, I think this is an idea. I'm not sure if I can execute, but I know the pieces of the puzzle that I'm missing, you possess.
Now, he didn't say that. Black people come up with a business plan drunk. We on the beach. We drinking beer. She's like, nigga, I got a PPP loan. Yeah. I got 60. What we gonna do with it? It really, and it's funny because ideas are birthed like that between friends. You know what I'm saying? The same with my other podcast. Like, it's just like, you have this fun idea.
Was that how y'all met? Like, were you working on Horrible? And okay, so that's how the relationship is developed.
Mm-hmm.
So I brought video to her podcast.
Got you.
Alexx was doing our video for like $50 back then, which is crazy because no one even, I don't even know how he lugged 3 cameras to do it, then edit. There was no live switching at the time, so you got to piece it by, technology is developed. But yeah, we knew each other from Horrible, and then we became friends. And then he got fired. Mandy fired him because he raised his price, I think, the day of. But we still were friends. And so, it's a blessing that Mandy, I think he hit up Mandy first. But basically, when the studio started, it was really difficult for me because I have no technical ability at all. But Alexx had a... Okay.
Emphasis on the word.
But anyway, what was difficult about that is I was thinking to myself, like, I really want to do this with him. But being that he was bringing the initial capital in, it made me really scared because I needed to know that he saw the value in what I could bring. And honestly, I'm really grateful that he did because we truly needed both of us for the business. It's crazy. Even when clients come through the door, it's almost down the middle. Oh, I heard on Flagrant. Oh, I know Weezy, or I saw this or that. It's somewhere or another it was referred.
Yeah, so that's the interesting part, right? So if you're bringing the capital, what are those qualities that you saw? Because it's interesting. I think when there's a preconceived notion when people see you that it's, oh, that's the girl who hosts. And I'm like you and two of the brightest women that I know.
Thank you.
So what did you see to say this needs to be my partner?
Exactly what you said. I saw her we bumped into each other at, where was that? Engine Room?
Mm-hmm.
And so when she was telling me about the concept of her podcast, I was like, wow, this is a brilliant concept. And then just talking with her more, and then we became friends, and I'm like, yo, you are a lightning bolt in a bottle. And I'm like, all the stuff that I don't have, I'm a introvert, I just put me in a cave, let me just do my thing, and I'm happy. She's the complete opposite. And she's very savvy, business minding, and the branding, everything is the stuff that I don't really care about or want to do.
But so I was a seller before Horrible.
True, yeah.
I was in corporate sales, tech sales. And so, and it's funny because whenever we get on a Zoom with a big company, that's the first thing Alexx says, oh my God, Joe, you just be going in. Literally, I think we had someone say to us once, yeah, do you guys have writers on staff? It was a big company that wanted to hire us. I was like, yeah, absolutely. We have about 5 to 6. And he's looking at me like, no, we don't, bitch. But I'm going to find them. I'm going to source them. Yeah. Literally, if you ask me for something, I'll put it together. Y'all shoot for Alicia yesterday. If you guys said you guys have whatever lighting, there's probably no way we would tell you no. Because Alexx would have been up at 6 a.m. going to B&H. We would have been sourcing it. There's no. And I think that's really what helps the both of us is our brain will go anywhere. Yeah. The fact that we were shooting, when we did Pharrell in Paris, and they was asking us if we had XYZ. It was like, nigga, we'll figure it out when we get to France. Yeah. But that's that hustler shit. You know what I'm saying? I've never really felt scared in this business at all to not deliver. I think that's what's held a lot of other people back. We offer ABC. I don't even know what we offer until you say it. We didn't even offer mobile until Alexx just started seeing that was the landscape that needed to change. It's a constant evolution with podcasting. Even down to the clips. How are we going to make money when the studio's booked? Well, now we got to start thinking of other ways, right? We need to make money with editing, even if the video is not coming out of us. We need to make money with clips because everyone needs those. We need to make money with outlines. This is stuff that can make money when the doors aren't operating. So like, that's how we've been able to get more overhead to keep building other studios.
So, okay, we'll start from the beginning. You have an idea to have a podcast studio, right? So how much money does it cost to start this business? What are the essential items that you need? I know you need cameras, microphones, stuff like that. How do you go about getting a lease, building out the space? Like, what's that look like to actually build a podcast studio?
So we both attacked it from the things we were like our strong suits. So in terms of equipment, sound, lighting, and everything like that, I was putting together, this is like the shopping list that I need. And then she was handling leases and LLCs and setting up the bank and all that type of stuff.
How much was that, 40? Because it went up this year. We've been spending more on cameras now.
Oh, yeah. So the initial investment with just equipment, I would say was 45, 50.
So
because I went over. It was supposed to be 40, yeah.
And then we had to pay for construction as well, which maybe we spent around 5 just for like, you know, putting things up, Alex having a second hand, painting. For leases, I basically started sourcing studios in Manhattan. For me, Black owned was the big thing, but I didn't want to be in Brooklyn or Harlem because I felt like that's where there would be another Black owned spot. And I was like, nah, like white people love following Black owned shit because they just want to be a part of something. So I was like...
And we appreciate them for it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Thank you. They're right next door. And basically, I was like, yeah, I want to be in the bougie spot. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like that would be able to offset what people would think could be expensive for the price. So looked up some places in Soho. I got so lucky because during the pandemic, commercial leases were fucked. Did a good guy guarantee. Now, if anyone's never heard of that, it's basically where you can sign a long lease, but a good guy guarantee is if something goes wrong with the business, you can end up leaving with like 3 months notice or something like that. So it was pretty easy to be a little bit flexible during the pandemic. And even right now, because commercial leases are tanking because everybody has online businesses. So brick and mortar for us has been so beneficial because nobody wants to be here anymore. We spent probably 50 in equipment and startup and maybe 20 when it came to operating costs for, you know, buying computer systems, getting the layout, buying licensings for like, I don't know what program you use because I don't do tech shit, but whatever that is, you know, paying for employees and then, you know, putting the deposit down and shit. But what's amazing is that literally from inception, we never spent another dollar out of pocket. That's how much clients were coming in immediately.
So what was the marketing, right? Because this is the pandemic, obviously during the pandemic and over the past 5 years, podcasts going crazy. People need a place to record. How did you get people to realize that this is the place they need to come?
I think it was a combination of using our eyeballs that we have because, you know, she's on Horrible Decisions, I'm on Flagrant 2. And also, it was needed. I just saw it was something that was needed where we grew by word of mouth more than anything else.
So I think what really helped us, which I even realized even in my personal life when people offer me a free service, a lot of our big clients had a first session free in the beginning. So Brilliant Idiots. Horrible, I was paying because we were paying another studio anyway. So it was great because I could fund Horrible Decisions through my other business. So I was getting paid twice, kind of. But you have Charlemagne and Andrew Schultz, me and Mandy. So then you've got, boom, these 2 set of eyeballs. I actually think the big turning point, as much as I'm joking about white people, we had every cool Black podcast at one point that didn't have a studio. It was like, damn, but ain't no white people in here. So when Call Her Daddy broke up, Sophia Franklin needed a space to record, who is the one that didn't make the $60 million. So I offered her some free sessions, and all I asked her to do was say WTF Media. I don't need the full ad read. I just want people to start knowing the name. And literally, I don't even know if white people realize it's from her, but it just started to trickle down to where we ended up having larger partnerships with companies like Dear Media or Amazon or whatever. And I'm not saying it's all from Sophia. It definitely has to do with Alex and I putting ourselves out there, even down to Tribeca Film Festival where we've been out in the streets. But that shit really helped because sometimes you're only feeding your own audience. And that was the biggest gap I think we had in marketing that we didn't realize. We've never spent $1 in marketing. It's really just been offering our service and then people come back. It's great to offer something free. It's like a free sample. Like, people are gonna come back. Nobody else has this good at cameras. And to be frank, we hired engineers that were also podcasters. So they kind of have the vibe. You know, they know how to be the little laughing track if you need. They can be a C mic if you needed to add it on. Like, all of that wasn't inclusive in other studios.